So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. iPhone SE 2020 versus iPhone SE 2016 speed test. Let's begin with a boot up in 3, 2, 1 and see which one can get there first. Now, keep in mind that the 2020 SE does have the all new Apple A13 bionic chipset versus the A9 over here, and this does have 3 GB of RAM, up from 2 on the original SE from 2016. Which body size do you like more? Let us know down below, but that was pretty darn close right there, with a slight win to the iPhone SE 2020 on the boot up. Looking good so far for the new boy. Okay guys, so let's see which one actually has the faster fingerprint sensor. 3, 2, 1. You can see it looks like the SE 2020 a little bit quicker. We'll do that again. 3, 2, 1. And you can see not by much. Again, 3, 2, 1. A little bit, but it's not by as much as you would think. So probably not going to be the main reason to upgrade here. We'll go ahead and do it from the lock screen now. You could see a little bit to the left, and again, a little bit to the left. It's a hair quicker than the original SE. So confirming the software, they're both on iOS 13.4.1 for the recording of this video. Okay, so we've arrived at the app portion of this video. You can see everything closed out for both. Let's go into clock. You can see very similar. Let's go into calculator. Again, very similar, and they both look similar going home due to the home button. Let's go into weather. You can see that goes to the SE from 2020 and a bigger screen for viewing that weather. Let's go into App Store. You could see definitely a win to the iPhone SE from 2020. We'll go to games, and that's going to load up faster, and this will make for a more swift experience, as just the things inside of the app will load up faster on the new phone. So overall, you won't be waiting around for basically nothing on the new phone. Let's go into PUBG Mobile, and here's where you'll definitely see a big jump is in the gaming department. Not only will it load faster, we'll have smoother performance, so the chances of you losing in this game, if you're playing this player, is probably going to be higher on this phone just because you'll be delayed a little bit in performance. But SE can still play these types of games, no problem. But I still would pick the iPhone 8, or the iPhone, I just called it the iPhone 8, the iPhone SE 2020, definitely for gaming. No doubt about it. You can see the match already just about ready to go. The SE far behind there. Let's go into Dead Trigger 2 and see which one can open this up first, and got the game center, but still that was the SE 2020. Let me sign out of this really quick and we'll head out of here. Let's hit play, and you could see we're gonna play this game first here for the newer SE, but not by much. This is a less graphically intensive game. As the graphically intensive games you download go up, so if you get one that just requires a little bit more power, this is going to be the phone to get, the SE 2020. But actually in gameplay, what you'll also notice is that this phone doesn't get quite as hot when doing a lot of gameplay versus on the older SE. The minute you start playing this, a few minutes later, the back of your hand burning. Well, that's at least what I'm experiencing lately on this 2016 iPhone SE. Let's go back home. We'll go into Instagram now. 3, 2, 1. And see which one can open this up first, and that goes to definitely the left. So again, it might seem like it's not a big deal, but as you go through these applications, you see that the 2020 SE is just a little bit quicker. Well, it's actually a lot quicker, and it all adds up throughout the day. It really does. You can see a lot faster there. We'll hit profile page right here, and pretty similar in Twitter and basic apps, but still, there's just a few little things that load up a lot faster, and it just makes it feel faster for the newer phone. You can see, there we go. SE beats the older SE on eBay, and we'll go ahead and go to Amazon. 3, 2, 1. See what happens here for Amazon. A quick win to the newer SE, and let's go into iMovie. And you can see iMovie was first on the left. We'll go into Geekbench, and that one goes to the older SE. So the older SE takes the win. Let's go into Antutu, and you can see this one's gonna go to the older SE, or is it gonna load up the test first? Let's see. Yeah, the older SE wins there on Antutu, just the loading time. I'm probably sure it's not going to win the benchmark when we do that in a little bit. But the SE from the older generation, definitely not as powerful as you've seen in most of these apps here in the initial app test. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of run through these apps one more time just to see if anything does reload. We do have 3 gigs of RAM on this one, and I'm pretty sure in the day-to-day, if you're using a ton of apps, with 3 gigs of RAM, this may reload once in a while. But it shouldn't be often. You can see right there, PUBG Mobile, App Store, weather, calculator, and clock. So very fast performance there for that newer SE. Let's go over here to the older one and see if anything does happen. This is 2 gigs of RAM. And one of the reasons why people held on to this phone so long and still have it is because it's not that slow. It really never slowed down too much. So still excellent performance here on the older one. You can see a little bit more of a pause on these apps versus the new one. And as the apps as you open more apps, you will see some hangs more on the older SE, but RAM management not bad on either. That's due to the optimization of iOS. So let's do a test where we see how fast they can open up their shortcuts. We'll hold down the App Store. You can see pretty similar. We'll hold down weather. You can see again, very similar. There's not a big deal of difference, but you will feel something different on the newer SE that you don't feel on the older SE, and that is there's a haptic press. So you'll feel a haptic vibration when you do press it down. It just makes it feel a little bit more polished than the older SE, which just makes no feel at all. You can just see the shortcut open up. Okay, so we've arrived at the Wi-Fi speed test. You can see both on the same server. We're gonna go ahead and test the iPhone SE from 2020 first to see if we kind of can pull in some better Wi-Fi speeds on this new one. Now you can see we're pushing around 230 megs down, almost 240 here on my Wi-Fi network, and looking pretty decent there. Now, I don't think this is gonna beat some, other phones out there with better radios inside, but it still should do just fine. We'll hit go. Now, as you can see, 234, this does have a Wi-Fi 6 chip. Let's see what this one can do here on the older SE. And I don't expect it to come close. Well, it might come close, but no, it's not gonna beat that Wi-Fi 6 chip. So look at the difference here. We're talking around 50 megs down. This is a huge difference in Wi-Fi performance between the older SE and the newer one. So what does this mean? This basically means that on your home network, your newer iPhone is gonna snap through your internet pages a lot faster. And so now let's do some video rendering between both phones. We'll go to iMovie, and I do have the same 1-minute clip, the 2020 SE and the 2016. So we'll hit over here, and we are gonna save this video. Let's save this video here in 4K. So we're gonna do this in 4K, 3, 2, 1, and see which one can finish exporting this first. I will be back when they are done. And so far, the iPhone SE 2020 says, "Sit down, old boy. It's my day. It's my time to shine. I will see you around the corner." You can see that the iPhone SE 2020, a massive upgrade in video rendering performance. If you guys want to do video editing on your phone and get a better camera with better optics, get this phone. You're going to be very happy with it. You can see that the iPhone SE from 2016 cannot hold a candle to this new one. It's nowhere near the performance, plus a smaller screen makes it more cramped when editing. This is a huge win to the 2020 SE. So let's go ahead now and do a Sun Spider test. We'll see which one is quicker. Now, I expect it, of course, to be the left, but by how much are we gonna load these pages faster? You can see we're already done there on the iPhone SE from 2020. And you could see just about twice as fast in the internet performance, plus a faster Wi-Fi chip. Another area where you're gonna have much better performance is in your internet browsing, one of the main things we do on our phones. And so the final scores are in, and you can see it's pretty laughably larger on the newer iPhone, but I'm noticing something here already. These scores look a little bit lower, especially in the multi-core for this newer A13 phone. Maybe Apple underclocked this chip, I don't know, because the iPhone 11 Pro gets higher multi-core scores than that. But still, if you're coming from an SE, it's gonna blow this thing away in performance. And so we've arrived at the final scores of Antutu on both. You can see a massive jump to the newer SE, but again, that score for the A13 is definitely less than what we see on the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max if you watched my speed test before. So in conclusion, yes, the SE from 2020 is substantially faster, as you can see in this video. It was faster to boot up, it was faster on the Touch ID scanner, it was faster to go through most of your basic apps. Games were definitely quicker, better performance in web browsing, better Wi-Fi speed. It's an all-around beast upgrade over the original SE, and you've seen it here in this video. If you guys found this helpful, entertaining, informing, click the like button for me, and let me know down below, are you guys picking up the newer SE, and if so, which color? I'm pretty curious to know which color really got your attention. And subscribe if you haven't already. I will catch you all in the next one. Stay safe out there, and peace.